Our next interview on Inside Boxing Live is brought to you by Jack Doyle's Restaurant and Bar. Jack Doyle's Restaurant and Bar located just a few steps away from Madison Square Garden and Times Square. Go into Jack Doyle's for all your entertainment needs. From happy hours to birthday parties to private events, Jack Doyle's has you covered. Once again, that's Jack Doyle's Restaurant and Bar located on 240 West 35th Street. Dan Canobbio, Inside Boxing Live, here with the man, Anthony Joshua, and we're going to talk some boxeo. Now, New York City, we're back at the scene of the crime. When you touched down here in New York, did you have any of that, like, oh crap, I'm back to where it all went wrong for me that night?
I know where you're coming from, but as a soldier, I feel like it's important to put these things behind you and move forward with a strong back, shoulders back, and your head held high. So we're looking forward now to my next fight with Andrew Ruiz.
Now, the last 3 months, it's all been about what's going on in AJ's head. I mean, what is he thinking? What is he feeling? I just want to ask you, what is it like to have that where the entire sporting world, the entire entertainment world is wondering like what's going through your mind?
I think it's good because there's an interest. And half of the time, I don't even know what's going on in my mind. I'm just waking up day to day. You know, you just set my own targets, my to-do list. So the main thing that's going on in my mind is just kind of boxing, and making sure I'm fit for 12 rounds. Really, I don't want to overcomplicate my situation. It's just making sure I'm fit for a 12-round scrap.
Now, we were talking in the scrum earlier, and we were going over a lot of questions, and something came up with, if you come through this fight victorious, you said, I'm going to fight a dude from the pub, Eddie. Yeah. Like, I need an easy fight because that's everything that's going on. And that's when I said, wait, was that a crack at Fury? What do you think about some of the things that are going on in the heavyweight division right now?
I know, like, Fury said that he's challenged all the top guys and none of them want to fight him and stuff. I understand that. I've experienced it. But, you know, these guys, man, we've got to do better as heavyweights. Even the ones that he's challenges, they've got to do better because, you know, they've been professional now 11 years. They turned professional in 2009.
Fury, right?
Yeah, professional in 2009. And if you look at the record, the stats and facts show that we need more stern challenges for the top experienced guys in heavyweight boxing. So it's the guys like myself, it's the guys, the Dylan Whites of the world, the Andy Ruiz of the world, the Joseph Parkers, to challenge these older, experienced guys that have been doing it longer than us, rather than letting them fight guys that turn pro after me. So they're like third tier. That's how I look at their third tier, because there should be like Fury, Wilder, then myself, like Fury, Wilder, Ortiz, Bermain Stavern, those guys. Right. Then there's us, me, Dylan White. Then there's a next tier, and you can't have the top guys fighting the third tier fighters.
You take great pride in the fact that you're taking this rematch right away. Look at Fury and Wilder, and they kind of doing these dance arounds where either guy could lose and potentially mess up the money. As they said, you take great pride in the fact that, you know what, I'm going to take a tune-up. I'm going right for Ruiz, get those belts back.
Yeah, even though it's a risk, right? But no one would truly appreciate it as much as myself. So I've got to do what's right for me, and I've got to take the rematch. It's a good fight. Who else would I fight out there when you look at it? The pool isn't that big, especially of good, lively competition, and I think Ruiz is the best competitor out there. So if there was honestly a better competitor than Ruiz, me and my team would probably speak and say, you know what, this guy's got more to offer. Ruiz has got the belts. The only other credible opponent out there other than Ruiz would be Wilder. So we've got the top guy right now we're fighting. So every challenge we take has always been the best of the division.
You brought up stats there before. I know stats. I crunched the CompuBox numbers. I can't believe I met them, man. But what we do is, you know, we put together the punch stats, and I found something pretty interesting on you. I don't know if you even know this. Now, you're the pre-Klitschko, 16 fights. I looked at your punch distribution. 57% of your thrown punches were power shots.
Were they?
So now you flip around the 4 fights after Klitschko. 57% of your punches were jabs. So that leads me to believe, when I crunch these numbers, is that AJ's now more of a boxer than he was a brawler. You also have to take into account the competition. Now, leading into your last fight, you were talking about, man, sometimes I just want to get in that ring and I want to go in there and destroy, but my team wants to, rein me back a little bit. I want to stick behind that jab. But long story short is, do you think you'll come out like 57% power punches, or you think you're going to use a little bit more of a jab in this rematch?
It's interesting that you say that, because competition does determine the way a fighter fights. And you're saying after Klitschko?
After Klitschko, you were using your jab more. 57% of your punches were jabs.
I think that it's not a problem with the jab. I think in the Ruiz fight, it was the style of jab I was using. So even though it's 57% more punches, which were jabs, I think I have to improve on the type of jabs I use, because not all of them may have been accurate, may not have been successful. So I just really need to make that success rate 100%, along with the